Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Halos wrapping up this road trip here at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. It's been a tough road trip so far, 4-4, but it'd be nice to pick up a victory before returning home to the Big A on Friday night. As we welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and as you continue to play out the rest of the season, there's little things you start looking for, the maturation process, if you will, of the young players. And David Fletcher, while he's been up here for the last several weeks, continues to impress every single game.
He's really settled in at second base, Victor. He's swinging the bat exceptionally well, too. And especially even last night when you think about it. He saw the ball well, hit the ball all fields, and as usual with runners in scoring position, comes through once again. 361 this season with runners in scoring position. A 7-game history, getting 433, 6 runs, 6 RBI. Hit a triple down the right field line. So his ability to hit all fields and then also play some outstanding defense. Him and Anderson Simmons have settled into a very good combination up the middle as far as turning double plays. He's quick on his release, with Anderson Simmons able to turn double play after double play.
Well, you figure with the master at shortstop that you would eventually become a pretty good second baseman. That's what David Fletcher has certainly become in front of our eyes in every single game. We're going to step away for a moment. When we return, speaking of Anderson Simmons in this series, a couple of fantastic shortstops. We'll talk about that when we return. Jeep Cherokee. Embrace every new opportunity with a redesigned exterior and 31 Highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Welcome back out to Chase Field, wrapping up this quick 2-game series between the Angels and the Diamondbacks. The shortstops certainly have been on display in this series, Kubi.
Victor, I'll tell you what, they're so spectacular when you think about it. Take a look at our tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Jonathan Simmons at shortstop. We know his range, his ability to get the baseball fearless with his body. He will get back on pop-ups, ground balls, turn double plays. 16 defensive runs saved. Ahmed, the same thing, 17 defensive runs saved at shortstop. His range was on display last night. How he was able to make that play and that throw, an accurate throw to first base, was off the chart. So both of these shortstops saved a lot of runs, 1 and 2 as far as defensive runs saved this season in Major League Baseball.
Let's see what the Halos have in store tonight here in Phoenix. We're just about ready for baseball in the desert. Sit back, relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Carl's Jr., the Western Bacon Cheeseburger is calling your name, little buddy. Pick it up. And by the 2018 Subaru Forester. A whole lot to love. Arizona Diamondbacks. What in the world? Great fucking song. Welcome back out to Chase Field. Clay Buchholz has taken the field and ready to roll. Let's take a look at the lineup for Mike Scioscia and the Angels. Game number 128 at 63 and 64. And this is what it looks like tonight. Calhoun is in right field. Fletcher at second base. Alberts at first. Anderson Simmons at shortstop. Rene Rivera behind the plate. Taylor Ward at third base. Jabari Blash is at left field. Eric Young Jr. in center. And Odriz Merdespagna getting a start behind, or a mount, I should say. He will bat ninth. Buchholz, a native of Texas, 34-year-old, making his 13th start since joining the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball very well this season for the Diamondbacks. 89-93 with his fastball, throw a cutter, curveball, changeup, and occasional split finger fastball. My go-tos, though, to be successful against him this evening, because he throws a lot of first pitch strikes, is don't chase that first pitch. Batting average is 196 on that first pitch, but be ready to hit a mistake curveball. 390 batting average versus his curveball. When you get in that downward plane on his curveball, you can track it well and drive it. That was the key for the success for hitters against it. But other than that, batting average low against a 224, but a curveball, mistakes, out over the plate, track it, and then drive it. 390 against his curveball.
Take a look at the Infinity defense for the Diamondbacks tonight. Peralta's in left, Pollock in center, Souza is in right. The infield has Escobar, Ahmed, Descalso, and Goldschmidt from third to first, and Avila behind the plate.
And Avila so far this season has thrown out 32% of would-be base stealers. Always a pretty good pitch framer throughout his career. A career high 34% back in 2014 and 15 with the Tigers as far as throwing out base stealers. Not easy with this combination to try to steal back. Buchholz has not allowed a stolen base this season.
Cole Calhoun comes in batting .226, 17 home runs, 50 runs batted in. Multi-hit game last night. Went 2 for 5 with a double and a single, 2 runs scored. Buchholz, first one, lifted out to left field. This one's got some carry toward the corner. Peralta on the track will spin around and make the catch for the first out. That first pitch brought to you by Toyota Place.
Not an easy outfield to play, especially when it goes into that corner. Peralta, home field advantage, is able to run that one down. Gets back to the wall, knows exactly where that corner is, leaps up and catches a good swing by Cole Calhoun, though.
Ironic to Peralta making that catch. He went out that way last night for a 2-run shot in the first inning. So here's David Fletcher. Focused in on him at the start of the show. He's been on a tear. 3-hit game last night. 2 singles, a triple, and 2 RBIs, and a run scored.
Well, he used the field so well. We talked about it in the opening, how well he hits the ball to left and the right and back up the middle.
Off speed first strike. And it's 0-2. Buchholz signed with the Kansas City Royals in the offseason. Went to spring training, was in their minor league system, was released and then signed by the Diamondbacks on May the 5th. Cal remains at 0-2.
Still that solid approach with 2 strikes, is trying to shorten up his swing, punch the ball the other way.
Oh, 2 again. David pulling it foul. There's the off-speed pitch.
Buchholz with those fastballs, 89-93. Cutter about 23% of the time. Curveball about 18%. Changeup 13. Mentioned occasional splitter, but not a lot of them anymore.
This is out to right center field. Souza moving in and to his right. 2 down.
Talking to Eric Hensky about Buchholz because they played together in Boston. Real smooth in his delivery, then all of a sudden that baseball is on you. That's why it's so important as a hitter to track that baseball out of his hand and catch it out of that batter's eye in center field here, Chase Field.
Former first-round pick of the Boston Red Sox. In 2005, 2-time All-Star, facing Albert Pujols. Pujols at .253, 19 home runs, 63 runs batted in. It's a slow breaking ball for a strike, and quick glance back to Laz Diaz, who's calling the balls and strikes tonight. Jeff Nelson, the crew chief at first, Andy Fletcher at second, Manny Gonzalez at third.
Albert, real good career numbers against Buchholz. .389 with 2 home runs.
One ball, one strike. Pujols, couple of walks, 0 for 2 last night. First multi-watt game since back in May against the Blue Jays.
That's a good swing. And Buchholz not overpowering. At one point, rushed the fastball 93, 96 range. Will spot his fastball. But just a little bit above the strike zone. He's got outstanding numbers against his fastball this season, Victor, which is surprising because he's not overpowering.
Yep.
Spots it well.
1-2. Now fouls it back.
And you look at the numbers, 200 batting average against his fastball this season with 5 home runs allowed. 247 versus his secondary pitches. 3 home runs allowed. With that big number though, 390 versus curveball. You got to be in position when he throws the curveball, bring it in the strike zone and have success.
There's the 1-2 again, and that one just missed low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's out to right field. Souza moving back on it. And just shy of the track will haul it in. Angels down in order here in the first. We'll head to the bottom of the inning with no score. The Arizona Diamondbacks starting lineup is presented by their skipper, Torey Lovullo. Sitting atop the National League West, a 1.5 lead. A.J. Pollock will lead things off at center field. Eduardo Escobar at third base. David Peralta is in left. He finished a double shy of the cycle, pardon me, a triple shy of the cycle last night. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Daniel Descalso gets to start at second base. Steven Souza Jr. is in right. Nick Ahmed, the shortstop. Alex Avila behind the plate. Clay Buchholz, the pitcher, batting ninth. Dreesemer Despaigne making his second start since joining the Angels. And the first one, he gave up 5 runs on 7 hits and 4 innings of work.
Yeah, his fastball is 90-93, even though he touched 95 the last time out. Slider, cutter, curve, changeup.
Pollock hitting 283, 16 home runs and 50 RBIs. Takes a strike.
My go-tos for Despaigne to be successful here. To hit the corners with all his pitches and vary those arm angles. Talked a little bit about it with Jose Mota on the pregame show. It's very important for him to be able to do this in this game against a pretty tough lineup for the Diamondbacks, especially early in the game.
It's with the Marlins earlier this year. As Pollock fouls this one off, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. This is his 13th game of the big leagues. 3rd start for Despaigne. These Pollock's numbers. As Pollock had put the bunt down last night that resulted in a walk-off error. Diamondbacks picking up the victory 5-4 in the bottom of the 9th. 1-2.
Start the windup and had to stop it. Pollock 0 for 3.
See if he goes through a new series of signs also.
Off speed pitch pulled down the left field line. That's a fair ball into the corner. A leadoff double for Pollock, his 20th of the season.
You know, he was fooled a little bit with the speed of the pitch. He kept the bat back long enough to hook that in the corner. See, his foot's already down, the hip opened up, but kept the bat back. A 71-mile-an-hour curveball, he hooks right down the line for his 20th double of the season. That's good speed at second and a very dangerous hitter at the plate in Escobar.
Escobar switch hitters at 311 since joining the Diamondbacks from the Minnesota Twins. 6 doubles, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs for them. 1 for 3 game last night with a single and a walk.
.64 extra base hits for Escobar this season combined between the Twins and the D-backs. Now you put him in a fastball count.
That's out to center field. Here comes Jarek Young Jr. 1 out.
Hit well, been in position to keep him at second base.
Take a look at the Angels on the defensive side of things. Blash is in left, Young at center, Calhoun in right. The infield with Ward and Simmons on the left side, Fletcher and Pujols on the right, Rivera behind the plate.
And Blash out in left field, making his first start of the season there. He's made 7 in right, 9 outfield assists in AAA. Overall, 6 outfield assists for Blash in his career in the big leagues.
Broth on board 4 times last night. Home run, single, double, and a walk. 3 RBIs. 305 batting average. 24 home runs, 68 runs batted in. Upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. 95-mile-per-hour fastball from Pastime.
Saw that a little bit last time out.
This is out toward left center field. EY was shading that way. We'll track it down. Pollock's going to tag and head to third. Talked about it last night. Peralta and the guy coming to the plate, Goldschmidt, guys that are able to go the opposite way and do so a long way.
Yeah, they stay back in the baseball very, very well. You think about 3-hit games in the National League amongst leaders. Peralta with 13. Take a look at the Subway League leaders. Speaking of opposite field home runs, Paul Goldschmidt in the National League is the leader with that. David Peralta right behind him with 9. Ian Desmond, Bryce Harper, Max Muncy each with 8 the other way.
Goldschmidt at 293 on the year takes a strike. 1 for 4 last night, had an RBI single. RBI his 71st of the year.
It's a good break ball. Spanier so far. He's had a good separation in the speed of his pitches from his curveball at 71. His fastball has been 95.
0-2.
That's a great target he set. Rene Rivera was setting that target about a baseball or two off the corner. Kept the glove there, Spondy hit it. And what it does, it sets up the very next pitch. You have a couple different options. You go break a ball or even a fastball, same spot.
Oh, with that breaking ball. Evens up the count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice block by Rene with the man at third. Pollock a double standing over at third base.
Yeah, we showed it last night. Goldschmidt pretty good with 2 strikes. How many hits he has? 61 of them with 2 strikes. So he's comfortable in these scenarios, even though he has a swing and miss in him. If you get him to chase something that starts on the corner and off the plate.
Dribbler foul. Goldschmidt last night with that RBI single in the 3rd inning, extending his on-base streak now to 26 consecutive games. Coming to the series, hitting .397 in the month of August.
He's trying to prevent the Diamondbacks from scoring in the 1st inning. Something they've been very good at this entire season.
Full count. We just showed the graphic about Goldschmidt going the opposite way. Would it ever tempt you to try to pitch him inside?
Especially the way he holds his hands. You would think he's susceptible to a fastball in. But I wouldn't throw him a strike right now. You do have an open base.
That is out to deep left field. A 1st inning home run, 2-0 Arizona. And everything for the most part had been middle away, and this one just kind of hung over the heart of the plate. 29th home run of the season for Goldschmidt.
The Diamondbacks continue to score runs in the 1st. That's why I felt you didn't have to throw him a strike. Big RBI producer like Goldschmidt is more apt to go after that pitch if it's out of the strike zone. But in the strike zone with 2 strikes, he's going to hit it hard, and he did. Kind of a spinning breaking ball. Reaction by Rene Rivera tells it all. As soon as he threw the baseball and tried to get it, he turns his head knowing that baseball is spun right over the middle of the plate.
Two-out, 2-run home run. Halos play from behind.
700th career RBI with that 2-run home run for Paul Goldschmidt.
That's a called strike 3. Descalso goes down looking for the 3rd out, but Paul Goldschmidt gives the Diamondbacks the early 2-0 lead. 2-0. Hey folks, as the game was starting and Clay Buchholz was taking the field, I exclaimed about a song that was being played over the loudspeakers, and with that I exclaimed a foul word, and I want to apologize to all those listening. And not my nature to do that on the air. It's the first time that's ever happened to me, but it was clearly my fault. I thought I had depressed the cough button. Apparently I did not. So my apologies to all those that I may have offended. But it was a very good song. 2-0 on the Goldschmidt home run as Andrelton Simmons swings first pitch, grounds one over to third. And there's the first out. A Goldschmidt home run now. That is the 6th time in the last 7 games the Angels have allowed a first inning run or runs.
Catcher, number 44.
I just remember all those years when you face run producers and they have a man in scoring position, they're more apt to expand their strike zone. And you don't want to throw something in the zone. Despaigne made some pretty good pitches in that sequence, but that last one is a hanger right out over the plate.
Rivera hitting .250, 3 doubles, 4 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Breaks his bat, loops one out to shallow center field. Here comes A.J. Pollock. And I thought he was going to lay out for that ball. Short hops and falls in there. The Angels get their first base runner.
I think, Victor, maybe all those injuries, he plays so aggressively out in the outfield. Maybe that one felt he didn't get a chance to go get to that, and that's why he's played it on the hop. Now time for my Hyundai key for the game today, with Taylor Ward coming to the plate. A little Dirks Bentley, Arizona native. Lots of leaving left to do. When you look at this game against this Diamondback club, I think the Angels are going to have to hit some home runs here tonight to be able to win this game against the Diamondbacks, especially now that you look up and they have that early lead. Taylor Ward has a home run already in his rookie campaign.
First one's in for a strike. Ward 6 for 25, a .240 batting average, a double, a home run, 4 runs batted in.
A couple baseballs right on the money last night, but nothing to show for it in the game. That's a good swing.
Yeah, Rivera bluffed as if he was going, then stopped. No balls at 2 strikes now.
Sometimes as a hitter, when you see that, although that was a pitch he can drive anyhow, you're more apt to swing. Mentioned a difficult combination to steal against, with Buchholz and Avila behind the plate.
Just outside. And it's 1-2. Jabari Blash on deck. Start out in left field. Caleb had started their last couple. Justin Upton on the disabled list. 1-2. Called strike 3 right down the pipe. 2 down. First strikeout for Buchholz.
He's got a good feel for that 2-seamer. Glove side, he'll run that. Looks like a ball, runs back and catches the corner. And that good running movement. Gets it back, catches the corner. That's a pitch he'll throw inside against lefties and start off the plate and catch the outside corner against righties also.
Jabari takes a breaking ball in there. 2 for 23 in the big leagues this year. 1 RBI.
Great power numbers in AAA. 26 home runs, 62 RBI.
1 ball, 1 strike. 321 batting average. AAA Salt Lake. OPS over 1100. A few opportunities that he's had in the big leagues, just hasn't been able to carry it over.
With his stance he has and the high leg kick, timing is so important for him as far as getting that foot down and clearing the hips, get the barrel of the bat on the baseball.
Strikeouts have been one of the things that certainly stood out in his brief tenure in the big leagues. Those 23 at-bats, 14 strikeouts, 3 walks.
That's one thing when you go over scouting reports as an opposing pitcher, you know the moving parts when it comes to Blash's stance and his leg kick. That's where you're trying to throw the timing off.
Two.
But if you make a mistake and he's ready for it, baseball will go a long, long way. See that stance, the feet together.
Off speed, he'll go down looking. That'll do it for the Angels. We'll head to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Arizona. Steelers find new roads. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Arizona. The Goldschmidt home run of the first. Despaigne will face Souza, Ahmed, and Avila. 6, 7, and 8 for Arizona. Souza at 252 average, 3 home runs and 25 runs batted in. 1 for 4 last night with an RBI single. This is hit sharply to second. Fletcher's there. 1 away.
Shortstop, number 13, Ahmed.
Talked about Ahmed and Hamilton Simmons on the defensive side in the opening today. Both so special as far as saving runs, but both Especially Anderson Simmons really improved offensively. Same thing with Ahmed. He's got 16 home runs this season. Always been known as a guy that will pull the baseball. Overall, 46 extra base hits. So he's trying to stay back a little bit more so on the baseball to hit the ball to right field, to center field. Still knows he's quick enough to be able to pull a ball. See that hand motion he's doing is trying to stay back, stay through the baseball.
Went 0 for 4 last night. It seemed somewhat susceptible to the breaking pitch.
Yep.
Soft stuff away. Didn't miss by much. It's 1-2.
It's a pretty good changeup.
Perfect example of it right there. Front side's opening up. That's the old your heart is in it, but your backside is not.
No. It's funny just watching that pitch. Espana had that little flip the baseball in the air and then threw the baseball home. It reminded me of Sister Mary Jo the other day in that first pitch. She threw it. He threw the same thing, a breaking ball.
Maybe he was inspired.
Yes.
2-2 on the way. Full count. He draws the walk. Got ahead of him at 0-2. First free pass issued by Espana, and Avila coming to the plate.
Espana overall in his career versus the Diamondbacks 2-4 with a 4.40 ERA. That home run, Goldschmidt now just 2 for 11 against Espana, but both of them home runs.
Avila 175 batting average. It's a pretty good pitch.
Again, another 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Look at our Nissan pitch cast. Even though Rivera's setting up away, that's catching the inside corner.
Good off speed. 1-2.
Good arm action with his changeup on that one. 95-mile-an-hour fastball followed with an 80-mile-an-hour changeup.
Not too often in the big leagues you've got a team that carries 3 catchers like the Diamondbacks do. Jeff Mathis, John Wright Murphy, and Alex Avila. Saw 2 of the 3 last night. Now he's going to start tonight. One out walk, standing at first base. Buchholz, the pitcher, on deck. Out to left field. Blash coming in, goes into a slide. Nice play to the backhand. Not an easy play at all. 2 down.
Especially off the left-handed batter's bat. It's going to sink down and away from you. Let's take a look. We Make It Easy, brought to you by SoCal Toyota. Mari Blash coming in on the baseball, slides in and controls that as he hits the ground. Good read, aggressive read, solid play out in left field.
Do or die situation there. But you know what? He made up his mind early.
Yep.
Stuck with it. 2 outs. Here's Buchholz. 1 for 23 this year.
Yeah, he has struggled at the plate.
Goes the Shohei route. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed bat.
I'm not so sure he has quite the same power, though.
No, slightly different. He tries to spun his way on. 0-2. Although I'm sure he's got BP power. Because all pitchers have BP power.
Well, yeah, but Shohei Ohtani's batting practice again today was unbelievable. It's you have to stop and watch. If you get a chance as a baseball fan and you get there early enough, watch Shohei Ohtani's batting practice. It's something I've never seen before, and I watched many of them, from Canseco, McGuire to Bo Jackson. Shohei Ohtani is amazing.
Two fouled off.
That wasn't a bad swing, being 1 for 23.
Two 0 Arizona. The Goldschmidt home run in the first. Pitches thrown by Despaigne. Takes a called strike 3 for the second straight inning. A strikeout looking to finish the frame. We're off to the third. 2-0 Diamondbacks. Beginning on Friday, 7:07, fans in attendance will receive an 80s replica Trout jersey, courtesy of Pechanga Resort and Casino, while supplies last. For more information, go to angels.com. 2-0 Arizona as we start the third. The Angels got their one and only base runner in this game in the second. A one-out single by Rivera, but then Buchholz struck out Ward and Blash looking.
We are looking forward to that 80s weekend.
Yes, we are.
This weekend. Even on the pregame show, we're going to be talking about our favorite Angels players during the 80s.
A lot of heartache in the 80s as an Angels fan. But overall, a lot of Good players to choose from. Great players to choose from.
Yes. Remember when I first came up to the big leagues, the lineup I was faced with the Angels, I'm thinking, are these guys all going to be in the Hall of Fame? Every single one of them. You remember having all their baseball cards, their Slurpee cups, huge names, all-stars.
Yep.
Actually, a couple of them did make the Hall of Fame, at least. Rod Carew, Reggie Jackson. You know, Bobby Grich is still one of those borderline ones. You still feel that certainly can get more consideration for that. The Veterans Committee.
Ground ball left side. Ahmed is there.
That's a pretty strong arm he has, too.
Ball took like a funny little hop on him. One down. Here comes Despaigne.
And when you look at the Diamondbacks in first place in the very competitive NL West, batting average is okay. Home runs, middle of the pack, but it's their defense has really been the separation. And that and their bullpen and overall pitching staff. Their defense saves a lot of runs, saves the pitchers a lot of extra pitches by making those outs.
By the way, can't forget about Don Sutton, Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Dribbler over to third. Escobar comes in on it. 2 down. Burp line 11 also.
Yes.
It's 89. We're talking just 80s.
Yeah. Take a look at our Kia drive to success with Cole Calhoun coming to the plate. What he has done since July 1st as far as scoring runs. Second most in majors behind Matt Carpenter. Cole with 38 runs. Matt Carpenter 39. Mookie Betts, Francisco Lindor both 37. By the way, Matt Carpenter is crushing the baseball this year. Does he have 34, 33, 34 home runs?
It's a salsa. It's always a salsa.
It's a salsa.
There's Cole. He gave it a ride the opposite way. Peralta tracked it down in front of the warning track, or pardon me, in front of the bullpen on the warning track at left field.
Pretty good changeup, good arm action with that one also. Both pitchers tonight have thrown some pretty good changeups.
One on the way. Off speed down and away. 2-1. Buchholz coming off a complete game win against the Padres. Matter of fact, both of these starters, their last starts were against San Diego. Gave up a run on 5 hits and 6 strikeouts. No walks, 112 pitches.
He's a no-hitter in his career with Boston. I remember his first start, I think it was against the Angels, where he took a no-hitter into the 5th inning of that game also. A little bit quicker pace now as compared to what I remember with the Red Sox. Really deliberate.
They're down swinging. A 1-2-3 third inning. 2-0 Arizona.
And speaking of throwing the ball extremely hard, in 1989, Nolan Ryan whiffs Ricky Henderson for his 5,000th career strikeout, finished with 5,714 strikeouts for the Express. How about getting your 5,000th career strikeout against Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson?
How about just getting to 5,000 strikeouts, period?
I just like to be able to lift my arm up and throw a baseball 5,000 times. That's incredible. 5,714 strikeouts. Randy Johnson second with 4,875.
It's amazing what a couple of Advil will do.
And having your wife catch your bullpen sessions during the offseason.
That's it. Top of the order for Arizona here in the third. Pollock, Escobar, Peralta.
I know for a while one of his routines was during the offseason he would throw with a tire hanging and throw right in the middle, because early in his career his control was not there. And then he finally started to get himself in position, and Randy Johnson credits Nolan Ryan. They had a long conversation, but he got back and was more consistent in the strike zone, because Randy Johnson was extremely wild himself. The long conversation with Nolan Ryan put him where he is today in the Hall of Fame.
Three balls and a strike. Pollock doubled in the first. Full count.
And that double he hit was a breaking ball, 71-mile-an-hour curveball.
It's hit towards second. Nice play by Fletcher. One down.
Fletcher with a strong arm himself. Planet firm throw to first base. Ball was hit well by Pollock. Tough little hop, but Fletcher really settling in at second base. Got that good prep step. One hopper hits the grass and the dirt at the same time. So a little bit of a tricky hop. Stay with it. Firm throw to get the first out.
Peralta fly ball to center field the first inning. Pardon me, Escobar. Peralta's on deck. Also hit a fly ball to center field. This one's out to right field. Cole moving back onto the track. Looks like he's got room. Makes the catch. 2 outs. Just hit it too high.
Yes, he did. And Cole was getting that hand back towards the fence just in case it got to the wall.
The two guys on the mound tonight, you've already pointed out, at Buckholz, were very deliberate. A little quick pitch action here on Peralta. Goes with an off-speed pitch, 0-2. Then all of a sudden, they've picked up the pace. Yeah. Espana was very deliberate. He's a member of the Padres. After he defected from Cuba and signed with them.
That's something I even teach at the high school level. The little Johnny Cueto delivery. Is this to try to, if you want your defense to make plays behind you every time you get the ball put in play, you have to pick up your pace, work quickly, throw strikes. Fielders on their toes. They're ready to go. When you take a lot of time in between pitches, then you throw a lot of pitches out of the strike zone, the fielders end up on their heels, and it's tough to react quickly. Even as good as athletes they are at the major league level, you want to be ready every single pitch. And the best way to do that is to work quickly.
Off speed gets Peralta. Third strikeout. of the game for Pastime, but Arizona still up 2-0 as we head to the fourth. September 14th with the Mariners in town. Fans in attendance receive a celebratory duck call while supplies last. For more information on Ducks Night, go to Angels. The first couple sounded like a duck call. That last one maybe not so much.
He might have ran into trouble.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Who was that?
That was hidden talent I didn't know you had, Goobs.
And I can whistle too.
Yeah.
You know that?
It's like Andrew Heaney, right?
Yes, Andrew Heaney. Very good whistler.
Fletcher, Pools, and Simmons in the fourth. Buchholz 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Foul back behind the plate. We'll give it a look, but it's out of play.
Another pretty good crowd on hand here tonight. We had 30,000 here last night. The first place Arizona Diamondbacks.
1,420 on Arizona State night last night. They play the 6:40 first pitch here.
That's a tough pitch. A two-seamer in. And Fletcher trying to make contact. Fouled that one off the leg. Right off the shin. Trying to walk it off. You wonder if we'll come right back in with another two-seam fastball. Going away.
Back up the middle. Off the glove of Descalzo. Fletcher's on board with a leadoff single. Pitchers, aren't you?
Yeah.
Isn't that your response usually?
Yes.
Pitchers.
I mean, there's no way as a hitter you want anything inside again. You might as well back it up with another one. It goes away, and he lines it right back up the middle. All right, so if you're going to throw a sinker in at me, and I'm going to foul off my leg, I'm going to hit it right back up the middle against you. Scalzo almost got to that baseball, and if he does, though, he's not going to throw out Fletcher. Gives Albert a chance to tie it up here with one swing of the bat.
Full shift on with Albert at the plate. Be curious to see how the foul ball off of David's leg affects him as the game progresses. tightens up on him.
Especially on that shin area. He got him really good on that.
Off speed, line is short. One hot play by Ahmed. That's going to turn into a 6-4-3 double play, 2 down. I don't think we can highlight him anymore.
That's pretty quick reflexes. That ball was scalded by Pujols. Ahmed catches that one hopper. Quickly flips it over to Scalzo, who completes a 6-4-3 double play. Nothing you can do with for Albert Pujols. You hit that ball about as hard as you can. 6th double play turn behind Buchholz this season. You know, back in the day, he was more of a strikeout type pitcher. Now he gets a lot of ground ball action. Kind of reinvented himself, rededicated himself to being a very good major league pitcher again.
Way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Anderson grounded out, leading off the 2nd.
Two of the best in the game here with 2 strikes, putting the ball in play and getting hits. Anthony Simmons and Paul Goldschmidt.
Called strike 3. 4th strikeout of the night for Buchholz. Way to the bottom of the 4th. With Arizona still on top. Our answer, Caleb Cowart replaces Fletcher as we start at the bottom of the 4th inning. Go back and take a look at the ground ball he hit off his left leg.
You know, actually on the kneecap area, not even on the shin, above the shin.
The only reason that prompted me to say that is because he got the base hit as he was running to first base. Didn't look overly comfortable. I think it was more of a precautionary reason. He got an off day tomorrow. Check him out, make sure he's all right. So Caleb's over at 2nd base. Fletcher's night comes to an end after going 1 for 2.
An 8-game hit streak for David Fletcher. It's been so special to watch him play.
There's Goldschmidt. A swing on that 3-2 count of the 1st inning. The difference in this game. 2-run home run to left. 2 balls, no strikes. Foul tip. Good pitch.
That's a pretty good move in itself.
Home run for Goldschmidt is 29th. Now with 73 runs batted in. Despaigne with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed, both first. Dropped down a little bit.
We talked about that in the pregame show, and even go-tos as far as varying that arm angle. Over the top fastball, 3/4 delivery. See right here, guys, and you get to that arm out, you can stop right there, you can see it, and then that late movement at 95. But it's important when you throw from that arm angle. At some point, though, that's when you throw a breaking ball, but you have to stay on top of the baseball. Otherwise, the hitter will say when he's dropping down to a certain angle, he's going to throw just one pitch from there. You want to have to be able to throw a number of different pitches from those angles.
Little loop right to center field. Went down and got that breaking ball. So Goldschmidt a 2-hit game. Leadoff man on board for Daniel Descalso.
Another breaking ball slider. He stayed back in the well. He's trying to hit the ball to the big part of the field. Still remarkable for his turnaround in the season. We talk about Cole Calhoun, how well he has done over that stretch of time. Same thing with Goldschmidt. Really struggled early on. And putting up his typical numbers again this year. That's why he's a veteran player. You just know, you tap into the fact is, I have confidence. I may get off to a slow start, but I know what I'm doing. With a young player, when you get off to a slow start, you really don't have anything to fall back on. But Goldschmidt and Cole Calhoun both have had that and have turned their seasons around.
Just above the strike zone, but it gets called. 1 ball, 1 strike on Descalso. There's Cole. It's 2-1. Descalso getting the start at second base. Ketel Marte was there last night. I've heard that about Torey Lovullo, how he likes to make use of his entire roster to keep guys fresh.
And it's not easy to do when you mentioned 3 catchers are carrying.
Good off-speed pitch, 2-2.
You have John Jay, who could play a number of different outfield positions for you. Descalso could play a number of positions also.
Not a big lead at all for Goldschmidt at first. Full count.
Goldschmidt will be on the move. Runs well.
3-2. He takes off, and that is fouled at the plate. Borderline pitch, trying to hold up. Leadoff single to Goldschmidt. Descalso with a full count. Sue's on deck. A couple of American League West scores already in the books. Houston from Seattle 10-7. Oakland lost this afternoon to Texas 4-2.
A couple seasons ago, Goldschmidt had 32 stolen bases. The year before that, 21.
Sneaky fast.
Yes.
Takes off again. And a little check swing roller toward third base. Taylor Ward with a bare hand. Off balance throw. Pujols, of course, comes off the bag. So an infield base hit. 2 on with nobody out.
It's one of those plays as Taylor Ward progresses at third base in his career. You just hold on to that base. You're not going to be able to throw him out. Even though he came a long way to get to this baseball, you're not going to throw out Descalso at first base. Although a pretty athletic play by him. That transformation from a catcher to a third baseman.
Sousa's 0 for 1. He squared one up, but it was a one hopper to Fletcher leading off the second.
Sousa has that bat behind his back, almost like Goldschmidt. See where he holds that bat back there, just like Goldschmidt does.
It's amazing how far down the back Goldie has that bat go down. But that's just at the beginning, and he's able to get the hands in the proper place. It's clearly worked out for him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a pretty good play.
Two balls, two strikes. Espana, 74 pitches. We're in the fourth inning. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. 4 hits allowed now. A little bit high.
When we're talking NL MVPs, Paul Goldschmidt has to be in that conversation. Nolan Arenado, Colorado.
Full count. Sousa bounced and foul.
Goldschmidt already a runner-up twice. Harper and McCutchen.
Sousa shoots one out to right field. Cole got a good jump on it there, makes the catch. Goldschmidt will tag and head to third. So 1 out, runners at the corners.
Boy, Simba's always looking around to see if he can get it out somehow when that throw was in from Cole. Because Cole got that in quickly, thought about making a quick throw, but Goldschmidt runs well. Then he thought back picking at first base. With that reputation for Anderson Simmons, you better be close to a base when the ball is in his hands. Quickly looks that way, quickly looks to first. Some long at bats, 3 straight long at bats against Espana, 8 pitches a pop.
Some deep counts. Here's Ahmed, who walked in the second, the only free pass. This is line to left field, a base hit. Goldschmidt will score. 3-0 Arizona. Ahmed picks up his 58th run batted in. He pointed out he was looking to turn and burn early. Got a pitch that was just up enough.
In most approaches with the man on third, you're trying to elevate something. This is exactly what he got as a middle of the plate. Got something hit in the air. Ahmed comes through with an RBI single just over the head of Anderson Simmons.
Charles Nagy out to pay a visit. A little movement in the bullpen. Looks like we might see some action down the right field line. Jim Johnson, first man up. It's fouled back.
Former All-Star in Avila really was crushing the ball well. They're both gaps, and then he's had to deal with some concussions, whether it's foul ball or collisions at the plate. Slowed down his progress, but still solid behind the plate defensively.
1-1. And on the hands, fouled back, 1-2. Scalzo at second base. Ahmed at first. One-two on the way. And he strikes out. Breaking ball. 2 outs. Strikeout number 4 for Despania. Will bring up Buck Holtz.
Pitcher, play, Colts.
With a good fastball inside part. That sequence at 92, dropped that slider in there. Pretty good separation in the speeds of those pitches.
No balls and a strike. Buckholz struck out looking in the second. One. 2 balls, 1 strike. Johnson should be ready to go in the bullpen if necessary. 86 pitches. Pitcher spot not do it for a while for the Angels. Rene Rivera to lead things off once the Angels come back to the plate in the fifth. Bouncer back toward the middle. Simmons to his left has it. His play is to first. Low throw. Pujols got it. This inning is over, but Arizona adds a run. It's 3-0 as we hit into the fifth.
By your Southern California Toyota dealers. By Heffernan Insurance. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by City National Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels baseball.
Diamondbacks leading the Angels 3-0. Top of the fifth inning. Buchholz back out on the mound has been very good so far in this game. No walks, 4 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed. Very economical pitch count, averaging 11 pitches per inning. 4-to-1 ratio this season, walks to strikeouts for Buchholz.
Pretty good pickup. I mean, considering it signed that minor league deal with the Royals early on, so it goes to the scouting side of things. That you see something. My brother had him at Double-A this year in the Royals system, and he said he looked fine, just like anything else, right? With the more innings, the experience that he's had, he's kind of changed his ways as far as how he attacks hitters, and knows that you know, I have certain limitations now, and whatever he's doing, he's doing a nice job for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, he had to deal with some injuries in his career, not quite the mid-90s fastball, but he reinvented himself, and a lot of confidence right now. And when the game is taken away from you, it forces you to go back to the minor leagues to work your way back. And talk about, he's had a no-hitter in the major leagues. It's something you really strive to get back up here, and when you get back up, you want to be successful, and so far it's been really successful for him at the Diamondbacks.
Rene Rivera launching one out to left field. Peralta's not going to get there. One hops the fence, and it stays in play. That's a double. So Rivera with 2 hits tonight. He's in scoring position.
That fastball runs in the middle of the plate. You can tell by the reaction by Buchholz. He was just hoping that somehow it stayed in the ballpark, and it did. It 1 hops the wall. But he knew once that fastball ran back and got the middle of the plate, that's a danger of throwing a 2-seamer against a right-handed batter. If you're trying to catch that corner, you better start it off the plate to bring it on the corner. When you start it on the corner, it's going to run in the middle of the plate, and that's exactly what happened. And Rene Rivera was ready to crush it. 4th double of the season.
Taylor Ward at the plate. He struck out looking in the second. I watched the replay, and initially I thought maybe Peralta was waiting to see if that ball was going to jump over the fence. But I think if he runs back there, catches that ball as all the ways down, maybe he keeps Rivera at first base to a long single.
He's got a good throwing arm.
Yeah. Rene's not known as a burner. The Angels will certainly take it. Bouncer left side. Ahmed's there. Rivera cannot advance. 1 out.
A lot of times if you get a good secondary lead and you get the shortstop going to his glove side, you can advance because that's a long throw. And Ahmed is so good as far as getting himself in position to throw. He would have been able to throw the ball to third base and probably guess for very rather easily. So a good decision to go back to the bag.
Jabari struck out looking to end the second. Starting in left field tonight.
Just feel this pitch right here for Blash. This is the pitch right now in this sequence. He's got a chance to get the barrel of bat on and do some damage. We cut it, fastball. He helped him out by swinging a non-strike there.
Two balls, one strike. Double for Rivera, his fourth. Halo's just 0 for 1 with men in scoring position. There's that ground ball by Ward. 2-1. Jabari rips it foul.
We look for that one pitch. He got it there. We're going to talk about and show that what hitters have done against that breakable, that curveball this season when he hangs it out over the plate. And that was the one.
This one on the first base shot into foul territory. Goldschmidt also going to the seats.
Quite a few Angel fans here.
Even though at the beginning of this road trip, obviously it's San Diego, ton of Angel fans. But even then, folks sending us tweets and messages about looking forward to coming out to the desert.
A lot of them said they were out here February and March for spring training games. They already released a 2019 schedule.
Yeah, on August 22nd.
I never remembered that though.
I remember the schedule, the preliminary schedule coming out around now, so the teams can kind of talk about things. And then maybe in September at some point, but hey, why not start promoting some of the games that are being played? Is it Seattle and Oakland opening up in Japan?
Yep.
Angels will go to Monterrey, Mexico to host the Houston Astros for 2-game set.
Yeah, it's two home games for the Angels.
Now remains full. The Diamondbacks will play down in Monterrey for a 2-game set, if I believe, during spring training.
Albert Pujols gets a chance to go back to St. Louis this year, first time.
The American League West will play the National League Central next year. Angels will go to Chicago to play the Cubs for a 3-game set. They'll visit Cincinnati and St. Louis. Another payoff. Jabari strikes out. 2 outs.
That's a real good changeup. Real good arm speed on that one. Basically the bottom drop, so almost like that was a splitter.
Eric Young Jr. at the plate. Shohei Ohtani's come out to the on deck circle. That's the pitcher spot. EY grounded out to short in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, EY Jr. gets on base. Shohei for sure. If Buchholz is able to get him out, it'll be someone different.
Little bouncer toward second. Descalzo's there. Angels get a lead off double, leave them stranded at scoring position. 3-0 Arizona. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. In town today for a classically popular 80s movie. It'll be Back to the Future, which will follow the Saturday night fireworks show. For more information on the movie and fireworks tickets, just go to angels.com/promotions. Bottom of the 5th inning, Halos down 3-0. Graysomer to Spanier, last 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. He'll give way to Jim Johnson. Right-hander comes on for the 49th time. 4-3 mark at a 3.83 earned run average. This pitching change is brought to you by Purple Bricks. Pollock, Escobar, Peralta to face Johnson here, the 5th. Pollock with a double and a run scored in the 1st inning, grounded out in the 3rd.
Spanier, some positive as far as velocity on his fastball, 95 a number of times today. Couple mistakes, especially with his breaking ball. We talked a little bit about that on the pregame show with his different arm angles. You have to stay on top of the baseball. Well, he got underneath a couple pitches, and that's why the Diamondbacks got 3 runs, especially that 2-run home run by Goldschmidt in the 1st inning. Same thing to Ahmed for the base hit.
Dribbler toward 3rd. Taylor Ward's got it. Very close play. He's called out. We'll have a look at it downstairs, I'm sure, on the Diamondback side.
Has to come in on the baseball, get rid of it, gathered himself, lot on the throw. Like he got him.
They're going to challenge him.
Really close.
Well, it's the crew chief, Jeff Nelson, who made the call at first base. He and Laz Diaz will go over and put the headsets on.
Was that baseball secure in the glove when Pollock got his foot down? Runs very, very well. Troy Lavelle looking on. Former Angel.
They just showed a high first angle on the scoreboard. That angle maybe looks like the foot may have gotten there before that ball hits the webbing of that glove.
Yeah, right there.
Look here, see where the foot is in relation.
Well, it looks like they probably could overrule this and call him safe.
I think they might overturn it.
Yeah.
It looks to me like maybe the foot just does get there before that ball hits the webbing.
Taking a long, long time. So close. Is that foot on the base?
So watch the foot. There's the ball. Here come the headsets. And out. Wow. That's going to be a call stands, I'd imagine. And the call stands.
Taylor Ward needed all that arm strength to throw him out.
Escobar's 0 for 2, a fly ball to center, a fly ball to right. Two balls, no strikes. Johnson's 2-1. Ground ball to second. Caleb is there. 2 down.
A couple quick ground ball outs for Jim Johnson so far. David Peralta coming to plate. Let's take a look at our Carl and replay. Go back to what his swing and approach looked like last season, where the hands were set up around the shoulder, hands a lot lower, smooth and through the baseball a lot quieter. This season, 53 extra base hits for Peralta to those hands, and he gets through the baseball so much better, so much quicker with his hands at that level as compared up by his shoulders.
Peralta's 0 for 2. Ground ball left side. That will sneak through for a base hit.
See how easily he got through the baseball there too. A pretty good pitch. It's a fastball that's running off the plate. Real good view here. Side view, foot down through the baseball quietly, and gets a base hit in the hole between short and third.
Goldschmidt takes a strike. Just looking at the explanation we get from Major League Baseball that the replay official could not definitively determine that the batter runner's foot touched first base prior to the ball contacting the interior of Albert's glove. Call stands.
That's what I was thinking. You could see as the baseball's going in the glove, was his foot on the base at that point? It's very, very close.
They're so, I don't know, I don't want to say use the word arbitrary, but so you take a play like that and the call stands, and then you go back to it was downstairs, 1 ball 2 strikes. It was the play in for the Astros just a couple of nights ago, the play at the plate.
Oh yeah,
that got overturned.
Yes, the throw from Reddick to
Correct.
Maldonado at the plate.
Correct. I mean, you watch that from all the different angles. I mean, at least when I saw on TV, and I was watching the game at that point, I didn't see a definitive foot touch the base. You can assume that the foot touched the base.
Yeah, we were all
tag.
watching that game when we were in Texas. And we were right near Andrew Bailey, too. We asked him, he's like, I don't know. It's a tough one.
2-2. That is drilled out to deep left center field. Out to left, and it's going to one-hop the fence. It goes over the fence, and that saves a run.
Yeah, that's a huge play.
Yeah. Just a double. And Peralta will have to go back to first base.
So Goldschmidt just a triple away now from the cycle. Johnson realized that two-seamer didn't get down. Ends up one hop in the wall. And a break for the Angels.
27th double of the year. Back-to-back 2-out hits. And Descalso up. 3-0 Arizona, bottom of the 5th.
Goldschmidt now 3 for 5 in his career versus Jim Johnson.
Nagy out to pay a visit.
Descalso's 2 for 2 in his career versus Johnson. That might be the conversation. Who do you feel more comfortable going after, the lefty or the righty? Souza Jr. on deck. Especially the way Clay Buchholz is throwing the baseball. Cannot afford to give up any more runs here.
What was your preference in these situations? Would you take the your mentality, that bravado, and say,
yeah,
I can get this guy, or did you look at it?
I'd rather, for whatever reason it got in my mind, I'd rather go after the lefty here because I could sink that fastball away, get him a rollover, ground ball to second.
So based on what you
yes, that's, I would rather. And he's very similar to Jim Johnson as far as the sinker. And he started with a sinker down and away. And for me, because my fastball moved a lot, I didn't like to walk a guy because then all of a sudden that first pitch becomes so important. If it runs out of the strike zone and he's not aggressive and takes it, then all of a sudden the hitter's in the driver's seat with the bases loaded. He can sit on a 1-0 pitch. So I'd rather go after the hitter here.
Off speed for a strike, evens up the count.
Unless it was Don Mattingly, then I would have walked him.
or Wade Boggs.
Yeah, or Wade Boggs too. Or maybe even Jason Giambi or Ken Griffey Jr. If there was an open base,
lefty, 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 lefty.
Lefty, yes.
All 4 of them. 1-1. Scalzo takes a strike, another breaking ball, 1-2.
Yeah, you almost tried to even run that fastball just a little bit further off the plate away. Or you could bounce a backdoor breaking ball.
Goes with a breaking ball, foul tipped into the mitt. The strategy works as 2 runners stranded. Halo still down 3-0.
T-Mobile. What a game they had up in Seattle. Mitch Haniger homers to left center field to make it a 9-7 game. But then White drives one out to center field, expanding that lead to 10-7, and then the stare down. Love it. That was perfect timing. Well, when you think about it, though, that game early on, Houston was up 8-0 in that game. Then 9-1. Then it was 9-7 before that home run by White, and then the stare down.
Shohei Ohtani pinch hitting here in the 6th. Halos down 3-0. Off-speed pitch from Buchholz. Shohei pinch hit last night, lined out to center.
Buchholz remembers that first pitch fastball, and he crushed it, but right at the center fielder.
267 batting average, 13 home runs, 38 runs batted, and he's 5 for 15 now as a pinch hitter. Ball and a strike.
Buchholz doesn't quite have that fastball to get it inside on Ohtani. It should be a pretty good matchup for Shohei. As long as he makes Buchholz throw something in the strike zone.
Just pulled off of it. 1-2. Think he's going back to the off speed.
Yeah, out of the strike zone. There it was. And he throws a 2-seam and 4-seam fastball. There's more 2-seamers than 4. I would think he might try a high fastball.
Evens up the count. Top of the order in Calhoun on deck. 2-2. Breaks his bat, rolls into the left side. That'll sneak through for a base hit. Barrel ends up to the left of the mound.
Bat here, a chance to run the bases now. Runs that fastball in, shatters the bat. The way the defense was set up. Settles in nicely for a base hit.
So he moved the body out of the way of that pitch inside out. You gotta be pretty comfortable in your hands.
It's funny because a lot of people here at this ballpark, you know, they all remember him in spring training and saying the adjustments he has made. Even they saw that line drive to center field last night. It's amazing the adjustments he's made from spring training in Tempe to now. It all came down to that, getting rid of that high leg kick.
Oh, one count.
And remember, he did that at Dodger Stadium the second to last day of spring training baseball. He is a special, special player. We're likely to get to see him in that DH role at home against the Astros.
Angels return home tonight, off day tomorrow. Astros in town for 3, then the Rockies in for 2 Monday and Tuesday. It's back out on the road.
Good buddy Bud Black.
Yeah.
Back in town as Colorado won today.
Took care of the Padres 6-2.
It's a game and a half behind the Diamondbacks. 2 games ahead of the Dodgers.
No one. Ball to strike. Only 2 games still being played. This one at Dodger Stadium. Scoreless Cardinals. The Dodgers top of the 5th.
Cardinals looking for the sweep of that series against the Dodgers. Tigers then have the Padres coming into town, while the Diamondbacks have Seattle coming into town here.
Here's the 1-1. Cole bounces this one to the right side. Ahmed flips it over to Escobar to get the lead runner. That's it.
That wasn't an easy play because there's so many infielders converging on one ground ball. See, with the shift on, Med's able to make the play, but Descalzo was going towards it himself. As if this being a force out.
Cole reaching on the fielder's choice, 0 for 3 tonight. There's Caleb Coward. First plate appearance. Took over defensively in the 4th inning. David Fletcher. David fouled a ball off his left knee area. Got a base hit. And after the 3rd out was removed from the game. We haven't heard anything from the Angels clubhouse. Caleb at 151, 5 doubles, 2 runs batted in. That changeup's been really good.
Well, throughout this game, look at all the different pitches from the Buckholz. Every single one is the same exact arm slot, which makes it difficult as a hitter. Sometimes pitchers will drop down a little bit different on certain pitches, and you can guess with that.
Did not go. It's 1-2. And Gonzalez with the call.
I think if you're Caleb Coward, you got to be ready for a fastball away now.
High throw. Goldschmidt able to corral it. Scores the American League. Toronto shut out Baltimore 6-0. White Sox over Minnesota 7-3. You mentioned earlier Texas over Oakland 4-2. Houston over Seattle. Boston 10-4 winners over the Indians. Cubs beat Detroit. Kansas City lost to Tampa Bay. Now remains at the ball and 2 strikes. Here it's 3-0. Goldschmidt a 2-run home run in the 1st inning. And they had a run in the 4th. 1-out single by Nick Ahmed scoring. Paul Goldschmidt, who's a triple shot of the cycle, is 3 for 3 tonight.
Did go with that fastball away. They got a little bit more of the plate than he probably wanted to. Now you wonder if we'll get a changeup now.
Todd Buttry getting ready. Look at the bottom of the 6th. Johnson 1 inning, 2 hits allowed. Everything else zeros. Fortunately, double by Goldschmidt went over the wall, prevented a run from scoring. 2-2 now.
Another all-speed pitch. Pretty good battle here for Coward against Buckholz.
Backdoor break, the ball gets him. 2 outs.
See where Avila's set up and a backdoor break a ball. You kind of give up on it as a hitter, thinking it's out of the strike zone. Brings it back and catches the corner. You see Avila trying to bring it back in there to get the call, and he did.
Albert 0 for 2, a fly ball to right, double play ball.
He crushed that ball to short. He's one home run shy of another season with 20 or more home runs. It'll be his 17th season doing so. His next home run. Albert gets that next home run, will be just the 5th all time with 17 seasons of 20 or more home runs. Hank Aaron with the record with 20 seasons of 20 or more home runs.
Foul back off of the field.
The others, Bonds, Mays, and Frank Robinson. Albert trying to join that club. Pretty amazing what Albert's been able to do in his future Hall of Fame career. Has 2 career home runs against Buchholz.
Oh, 2. Roller on the left side. Escobar comes in, cuts it off. Easy flip to first base. The Angels are down here in the 6th inning. Arizona still on top. Off day tomorrow. Stroh's in town for 3. Then the Rocks. Then it's off to Houston, Texas, and the White Sox. A 3-city trip. And just like that, we're into September, into the second week of September when the Angels return home. As Ty Buttrey takes over to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Angels down 3-0.
Andrew Heaney's on the mound on Friday night against the Astros. 7-2 at home, 2.90. 2-0 in his career versus the Astros with a very solid ERA, just over 1.
Heaney, Berea, and Pena, the scheduled 3 starters for the Angels this weekend. 3rd appearance in the big leagues for Buttrey since being acquired from the Red Sox. He's been solid so far. 2 innings, 2 hits. Set to pick up a major league strikeout.
Pretty amazing though, was made that debut in Texas. His family there. Seemed like that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Been a long road trip. Started in San Diego to Arlington to here in Arizona.
Oh, 2. Fights it off.
He's got a good fastball, Buttrey. Runs it upstairs.
Ground ball to the right side. Pujols gloves it, stumbles, rolls over, somehow flips it to Buttrey to get the out.
I hope Albert's okay. I don't know how he got that throw to Ty Buttrey covering first base. Let's take a look at our top tier play. Brought to you by Arco. Albert down the line, gets to that baseball, stumbles, and still a perfect feed. Ty Buttrey at first base. Now the question is Albert okay? Hits that knee, the foot, still a perfect throw to first.
Trying to walk it off. Fortunately, Buttrey a big target at first base, but what an unbelievable play. Just to one, to get to it, two, still throw a strike somehow.
A perfect strike.
Now batting, shortstop,
Albert's been dealing with knee and foot issues for quite a while, and he's still out there playing.
One out, nobody on. Ahmed, a walk and an RBI single. He's 1 for 1. No runs, 4 hits, 3 left on for the Angels. Arizona with 3 runs, 7 hits, 5 men left on base. Count remains at 1-2. Just got a piece of it. Halos in the 7th. Simmons, Rivera, and Ward coming up.
I wonder if we'll try that high fastball right now.
Fastball right down the pipe. 2 down, first major league strikeout for Ty Buttrey.
Yeah, there's that firm fastball, upper part of the strike zone.
catcher,
That's life on it.
And Rene Rivera knew it right away. Tosses the baseball toward the dugout. 2 outs, nobody on for Avila. Alex is 0 for 2, a fly ball left and a strikeout swinging.
There's that first career strikeout.
Authenticated. Called strike 3, and just like that, he's got 2 major league strikeouts, a 1, 2, 3, 6th inning.
So he throws the other one back.
That's it. Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try something different like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls. Only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. Halos down 3-0 as we start the 7th. Play Buckholz so far 6 strikeouts, no walks, 4 hits allowed. The Angels had a lead-off double in the 5th inning, but could not bring Rivera home. Here in the 7th, Angel fans looking for a little run support for the Angels staff. So it's Buckholz. Take a look at his overall line. He gets Simmons, Rivera, and Ward in the 7th inning.
His changeup, though, I think has been the big difference. He's been spotting his two-seam fastball very well, but his changeup has been the pitch. Very good one there against Coward. Good one against Shohei Ohtani. Cole Calhoun out in front. It's always been 78-79, but moving away, staying away from the big part of the field, will also throw it to right-handed batters. 7-5 in his career versus the Angels, with ERA, though, pretty high at 4.73.
Simmons 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. This one out toward right center field, playable for Souza. One down.
Catcher, Rene Rivera.
For the most part tonight, Buckholz hasn't put himself in those situations where he's constantly throwing deep counts or getting into deep counts, having to throw a lot of pitches.
Showed that graphic earlier how well he has gotten hitters out this season on the very first pitch.
And Rivera has touched him for 2 hits, a single in the 2nd, the double in the 5th. No balls, 2 strikes. Williams, Jerez getting ready. Two balls, 2 strikes. Trying to give a chase that changeup.
Rivera coming in this game 0 for 6 in his career versus Buchholz, but he has seen the ball out of Buchholz's hand real good throughout, including taking that changeup. Here to go run to a full count now.
Called strike 3.
Wow.
Renee didn't like it.
I don't blame him. Cutter off the plate. About a baseball and a half off the plate. Laz Diaz has been pretty consistent tonight. That pitch right there, he gave it to the pitcher who's been around the strike zone pretty much all night.
Five
the benefit of that one.
Sorry, Gibby. 5 of the 7 strikeouts looking for Buchholz. Taylor Ward launches one out to left. Peralta drifting back onto the track. 1, 2, 3 go the Angels here in the 7th. Stretch time, still 3-0 Arizona. Access and manage your tickets, enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. It's bottom of the 7th. 3-0 Arizona. Williams Jerez takes over on the mound. Well, they're playing the Rhinestone Cowboy here. 2 runs in the 1st for Arizona. The home run by Goldschmidt. 1 in the 4th. All 3 of those runs against Despagne at the start today.
I think that's it for Clay Buchholz.
Yeah. Fine defensive play by Albert as well. And that was in the last inning off of Souza, leading off the 6th.
I still can't believe how perfect that throw was to Ty Buttrey covering the bag. He wasn't even looking towards the base.
Jerez making his 7th appearance, no record, no ERA, 7 innings, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. It'll be John Ryan Murphy pinch hitting for Buchholz, who finishes the game going 0 for 2, but 7 strong innings. Seven strikeouts, no walks. Murphy ended up going 1 for 2 last night after he took over defensively for Mathis in a double switch situation. Two-0 count. Murphy hitting 207. This is 72nd game. 9 home runs, 24 runs batted in. 2 for 18 as a pinch hitter. So Bautry a perfect 6th inning, including his first 2 major league strikeouts, both looking. Ahmed and Avila. Two.
Free and easy fastball from Perez. .96-97.
Well, cue shot back toward the mound. Williams very much under control, 1 away.
Center fielder, AT ARI.
Jake Diekman the lefty, Brad Ziegler the righty. Diekman coming over from the Texas Rangers. Top of the order now is Pollock. Skies went out to center. Eric Young Jr. racing back. 2 down. Pollock a 1 for 4 game, doubled and scored in the first.
It's a pretty good sound off the bat, but Eli Jr. able to run that down on the warning track.
Escobar's 0 for 3.
Well, the Dodgers were being no hit by Jack Flaherty and the Cardinals. Jock Peterson homered. Flaherty, a local product in LA area, went to Harvard Westlake. Part of that same pitching staff that had Max Fried and Lucas Giolito on there. Same pitching staff in high school.
So needless to say, you guys didn't like facing him.
Yeah, we did, as a matter of fact.
Did you?
Yeah.
Just bunt a lot.
Yeah.
Make a move off the mound.
Make a move off the mound. Try to steal some bases.
One, two. The dirt. As Diaz walked this one out. Rivera a little bit of a breather. Although I think Rene would have rather had ball 4 instead of a call strike 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll trade you that call strike 3 and that walk out to the mound for my base on balls.
Yes. So I think how crazy it. High school football starting already.
Yeah.
Wow.
2-2. That time of year.
So Orange Lutheran, always a very good football program.
Two. Hit sharply past Coward. Escobar's on board with a 2-out single. His first hit of the night. 8th for Arizona. And Peralta will get an opportunity here.
Overall, done a pretty good job against him. His 2 hits in the series.
There goes Escobar, and Rivera, a little bit of a bobble there, unable to throw down a second. So stolen base for Eduardo.
Going on first movement, try to be quick on the transfer, unable to do so. Second stolen base for Escobar in the season.
And a third down with 2 outs. Pass ball charge to Rivera. Three-0 count with Goldschmidt on deck.
Imagine Peralta will be swinging here. Perfect spot though. Fastball right on the inside corner. If he was swinging, he would have jammed himself on that one. He's looking for something out over the plate. Showed how well he's hit the ball the other way, especially for power.
That's out towards center field. Eric Young Jr. will pull up, and that is long gone for David Peralta. On a 3-1 count, a 2-run shot, 5-0 Arizona.
Just a special player too. Just really turned his career around. That little adjustment with his hands. How he gets through the baseball so much more quietly. While he was sitting on that FF, take a look at our StatCast AI powered by AWS. Exit velocity 110.6 miles per hour. Baseball almost went 450 feet. Patience, put yourself into a fastball count, got it.
25th home run of the season. 2nd home run of the series.
Peralta now with 8 home runs in his last 13 games.
Pulled down the line, and that is foul. Nice play down there.
Well, we talked about the key tonight as far as the long ball for the Angels, but it's been the Diamondbacks. The Angels with 171 home runs coming into the game. The Diamondbacks with 140 that have hit 2 tonight, including Paul Goldschmidt's two-run home run in the first, along with a single and a double.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Goldschmidt, triple shot of the cycle. Homered in the first inning, a 2-run shot, single to score to the 4th, doubled in the 5th. Full count. And 2 very quick outs to start the 7th inning. Escobar with a sharp single. Peralta the home run after he got to a 3-0 count, then 3-1. Now a full count on Goldschmidt. Descalzo on deck. And he walked him. Almost wasn't appeared to be not fully committed to throw that pitch. Here comes Charles Nagy. Noe Ramirez loosening the Angels' pen. Descalzo 1 for 3, single in the 4th inning. He has struck out the other 2 times up. Count even up at 1-1. 25 pitches thrown by Williams. 13 strikes, 12 balls. All of this with 2 outs. Little flare out to shallow center to fall in for a base hit. Here comes Mike Scioscia. That's going to be it for Perez. It started off to be a promising 7th inning. Turned into 2 runs in for Arizona. 2 men on with 2 outs here in the 7th. Diamondbacks on top 5-0. Noe Ramirez taking over for Williams Jerez. Noe coming on for the 58th time this year. 4-4 with a 4.72 earned run average. 68 2/3 innings, 78 strikeouts, and 25 walks. He's going to face Steven Souza Jr. with Goldschmidt standing at second, Descalzo at first. Souza hitless tonight, 0 for 3.
That's that mistake breaking ball from Noe. At the heart of the plate, he's going to take a quick walk around the mound and gather his thoughts and make sure he doesn't go to that spot this time. Got away with that. See if he can make an adjustment. That fastball by him at 90.
No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Lays off. They wanted to peel. It did not go. 2-2. Two on the way. Full count. Runners will get a head start with 2 outs. Here's the payoff pitch. Souza went around. That'll do it for the Diamondbacks. They strike for 2 as we head to the 8th inning. Angels down 5-0.
Angels 5-0 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Welcome back inside Chase Field. Kent French with you. And don't forget, following this one, it's Angels Live presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Myself and Jose Mota will look back on this final game of this road trip. Also update you on Shohei Ohtani through another bullpen session this afternoon in Tempe. It went very, very well. And the look ahead to the upcoming 5-game homestand kicks off on Friday against the Houston Astros. That's all part of the post-game show. It's going to be great. But right now, we send it back upstairs to the guys for the top of the 8th inning.
Thanks a lot, Frenchie. Here in the 8th inning, Brad Ziegler takes over on the mound to Clay Buchholz. 64th game, 1-5 record. And a 4.14 ERA through Miami and Arizona.
Frenchie was right in the dugout there.
Right there. Amazing.
That's some inside information.
This is Ziegler's second stint with the Diamondbacks. He was here between 2011 2016. Listen, Jabari Blash leading things off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jabari 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Got notice on David Fletcher. He left tonight's game with a left knee contusion. He's listed as day-to-day.
He'll be back out there on Friday night against the Astros.
That foul ball right off the left knee.
Ziegler's fastball's 82 to 86. Will sink it. Throw a slider and a changeup.
Torey Lovello doing the old double switch here as Ketel Marte bat in the number 9 spot. Descalzo no longer in the game. It's now the pitcher spot in the order. There's the 1-2. There's that frisbee slider of Ziegler. Opens up the count. Ziegler, born in Pratt, Kansas, went to high school in Odessa, Missouri, or Missouri, as they say there. 2-2. And that is out to left. Peralta racing back. That's over his head and at the base of the wall. Jabari's on his way to second. Leadoff double. First extra base hit of the year.
Baseball was hit so hard it became part of the wall. Then it got one of those sliders that didn't quite get out of the strike zone and lines it the wall and sticks down in there. A lot of times as an outfit you just throw your hands up. It'll be a double, ground roll double. %, of the time he's going to get a sinker right here. See if EY Jr. can get on base now.
A dribbler that goes foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on EY. Thought you were going to say 100% of the times he'll throw a sinker 50% of the times.
Yeah.
Go Yogi on us.
Yes. Let's see what I got here. 53% of the time we'll throw a sinker here now. Well, wait, we have more. 47% will throw a changeup on 1. And he threw that fastball.
It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Why'd Yogi say 90% of the game of baseball is half mental?
Yeah. Well, he had some great ones.
2-1 pitch. Dribble toward first. Goldschmidt's only plays to first. Takes it himself. Flash over to third. 1 down. Jeffrey Marte coming to the plate to pinch hit.
This baseball was crushed last night. Look where this baseball ended up landing. It's a pretty good bat speed also. Second deck. From our angle right here, it's a long way, but down on the field today, looking up exactly where that went, that's way out.
Jeffrey 214. That was his 5th home run. 2nd pinch hit of the year. 2 for 13 now. Ziegler's been around a long time. Howard's off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. 20th round pick by the Phillies in 2003 out of Missouri State. As Deck McGuire begins to loosen. Ziegler got to the big leagues back in '08 originally with the Oakland Athletics. (3-1). Parts of 11 seasons, Ziegler 36-37 with a 2.74 ERA with 105 saves. A 30 save campaign for the Diamondbacks in 2015. 3-1.
Ooh, it's another one of those pitches called a strike that was off the outside corner tonight. Runs that 2-seamer, runs it back, but still doesn't get the strike zone, but gets the call.
Payoff pitch and a bouncer toward third. Blash will come in to score. Low throw. Goldschmidt's got it. 2 down. The Angels get on the board. It's 5-1.
So Torrey Lavelle's going to go to the bullpen now with a lefty.
Cole coming to the plate and play matchup here in the 8th inning. 2 outs. Pitching change. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona on top. Two outs. Jake Diekman takes over on the mound for Brad Ziegler. Ends up going 2/3 of an inning and allowing a run on a hit. Diekman pitching the 7th game since joining the Diamondbacks. No record of .450 ERA. Just 4 innings. 6 strikeouts and 4 walks. Pitched in 47 games with Texas this year. 48 strikeouts, 23 walks in 39 innings. So he can get wild. Good arm. originally in the Phillies organization.
Yeah, firm fastball, 92, 97, slider. Cole with good numbers career-wise against them. 3 for 7, 429 batting average.
Calhoun tonight 0 for 3. 5 on the left, a strikeout, a fielder's choice. One, 1-2.
Doesn't happen too often, but Deke been used to throw a lot more fastballs. 3 sliders so far.
Cole strikes out to end the 8th inning. The Angels get on the board. It's 5-1 Arizona. Retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Bottom of the 8th inning, Deck McGuire on the mound for the Angels. He replaces Noe Ramirez, who got the final out of the 7th, striking out Steven Souza Jr. McGuire, 14th appearance, 10th with the Angels. 0-2, the 6.43 ERA. He's joining the Angels. 21 total innings, 18 strikeouts, 12 walks. Gets the bottom third of the order. Ahmed, Avila, and Marte. Nick Ahmed 1 for 2. RBI single in the 4th, struck out looking in the 6th.
McGuire's fastball, 93, 95. A curveball, slider, and a changeup. Cardinals have tied up the Dodgers 1-1 in the 8th inning. 2 solo shots in the game, the only scoring.
Two balls, 2 strikes. McGuire's ready. 2-2, called strike 3. Down goes Ahmed. 1 down.
Second straight at bat. Call 3rd strike against him.
Catcher, Alex Alvita.
17 total strikeouts combined tonight. 10 looking. Is there a correlation? A little wider zone, perhaps?
Yeah,
for
maybe.
Laz Diaz.
Some borderline pitches called the strike.
Below for 3, fly ball to left, 2 strikeouts. Hits this one towards second. Caleb is there. 2 down. So Ketel Marte coming up for the first time tonight. Second baseman. 249 of the season. 20 doubles, 10 triples, 10 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Had a 1-for-2 game last night with 2 walks. The Angels in the 9th inning have 2-3-4 coming up, and Coward, Pujols, and Simmons. Verano getting ready for Arizona.
Pretty solid infield for the Diamondbacks. Five deep as far as infielders. And by that one right there, Paul Goldschmidt. 3 hits tonight. 2-run home run. Single, double, and a walk.
That'll even up the count. Full count. Dak is the 6th pitcher used by Mike Scioscia. The spine, you got the start. Johnson, Buttrey, Perez, Ramirez, now McGuire.
Each infielder for the Diamondbacks at least 30 extra base hits. Each one.
That's of depth.
Yes.
Three-2. And a 2-out walk. A.J. Pollock coming up. Pollock a 1 for 4. Game doubled and scored back in the first.
Marte with 4 stolen bases, has not been caught yet. Pollock with very good speed at the plate.
Double for Pollock back in the first inning, his 20th of the year. One ball, no strikes. Ten hits tonight for Arizona. Angels out, hit him last night, took the loss 5-4 walk-off fashion. One. Angels off and stymied tonight by Clay Buchholz. 7 solid innings, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, no runs. The 33-year-old coming off a complete game win against the Padres, came back out and just as effective tonight on a strikeouts. Could change up.
Really has reinvented himself. Good 2-seam fastball also.
This one's out to right center field. Young was shading him that way. He's there, puts it away, and we'll head to the 9th inning. The Angels are down 5-1. The long road trip that started off so promising with a sweep of the San Diego Padres. Trying to pick up a victory, and they'll have to do it coming from behind. Yoshihisa Hirano on for the 2nd consecutive night. This will be his 60th appearance of the season, 4-2. And a 2.19 earned run average for the veteran. 11 years in Japan.
156 saves over there. It's been very solid this 60th game. Fastball, 89-93 curveball, and really good split.
Caleb Coward, Albert Pujols, Andrelton Simmons for the Angels here in their half of the 9th. Caleb's had 1 plate appearance, resulted in a strikeout look. Skies this one foul. David Fletcher leaving the game tonight after fouling a ball off his left knee. knee contusion day to day.
So amazing, and he lined the base hit right back up the middle after he fell and that went off his knee.
One and two. The 1-2 count. They re-shift. Escobar, the third baseman, goes over to the second base side. And Ahmed goes back over to the shortstop position. 1-2. Ball strike 3 off the plate. One down.
Another call, third strike. Going back to my Hyundai key for this game today for the Unions, we talked about lots of leaving left to do. Looking for the home run ball, but it's been Arizona with 2 home runs. The difference in this game with Albert Pujols coming to the plate. He knows a little bit about leaving the ballpark with a home run.
Albert tonight 0 for 3. Fly ball to right, a double play ball, and a ground ball to short. And one fine defensive play.
And a great throw.
He went around 1 and 2. Upstairs that high fastball.
Imagine come back with another split. He's going to try fastball away.
Full count. Simmons on deck. Lone Angels run. Ground out by Jeffrey Marte in the 8th. Here's a 3-2. Lays off, draws the walk.
That's 3 walks in the last 2 games for Pujols.
Shortstop, Hamilton Simmons.
So Simmons comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Ground down, strikeout, fly ball out. Out towards center. Pollock is there. 2 down. Taylor's down to the last down. Rene Rivera coming to the plate. Multi-hit game for the Angels catcher. Gray shooting one down the line. Little slice fouling out of play. No balls, 2 strikes.
Trying to get on base for Taylor Ward, who's on deck. Trying to keep the inning alive here.
One ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the 9th inning. And on for the Halos. Renee skies this one. Out to right field. Steven Souza Jr. coming in. The Angels drop the 2 games here in Arizona and finish off this road trip at 4-5. Tonight the final 5-1.
Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt was a Land Rover above and beyond player of the game. Got the scoring started in the first inning, something that the Diamondbacks have done a lot this season. 2-run home run, the first single double and a walk. Picked up his 700th career RBI. Tonight the Diamondbacks win these 2 games. This is a very talented team. That's why they're in first place. They catch the baseball very well. They pitch well. Kenny Buchholz threw the ball very, very well tonight.
Halos will head to Southern California tonight. Have an off day tomorrow. And welcome in the Houston Astros to kick off a quick 5-game homestand beginning on Friday night. 80s throwback weekend begins Friday night. Tonight the final 5-1. Stick around. Angels Live post games coming up next.